Hey, good afternoon. This is Brett coming at you from Coconut Grove, Florida. We are staying at the Ritz-Carlton. Now, normally as an entrepreneur, I would never ever stay at the Ritz. And that's not because the Ritz is a bad thing. It's simply because we can't afford it. However, we are here. I am here speaking at a conference, an Eye for Travel Marketing Conference. Gets underway on Tuesday morning and it ends on Wednesday afternoon. At any rate, I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of do something different. I was having a great conversation with a brand new friend of mine, Louise Twinning Ward, who works as an executive for Sustainable Travel International, an amazing nonprofit out of New York City. And Louise herself is able-bodied, and she said, "Hey Brett, I love what you're doing, I want to help, but I'm able-bodied, I don't really know what to look for in a room review." And so that got me thinking, you know, a lot of my friends and family, pretty much everybody, fortunately, is able-bodied, and they want to help too, but they don't really know what to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this time in this hotel room as an example of what to look for. So if you're able-bodied and you're traveling and you want to contribute to Brett Approved, this is kind of how you would do that. So Matthew, cameraman extraordinaire, is going to be kind of panning about the room as I talk. So the first thing we're going to look at is just the room in general. How much room is there to maneuver? And I'm going to get into my brand new Tylite ZR2 chair here. You know, it's been a long day when your knees are screaming, but hey, dinner's gonna be soon, so we'll fight through it. All right. Gotta adjust the pants, it's key to the operation. All right, so we're in, we're back. Now, in terms of the room itself, you can see there's an awful lot of oversized furniture. Exhibit A right here. This is extraordinarily comfortable but large. In front of that originally was this big bench right here. You follow me, camera guy? Yeah. It's a reference to ShamWow for those of you paying attention. And then so basically what I look for is how much room is there to maneuver, right? So in this, even with all this furniture, let's get bananas, huh? Who says 4-inch casters don't own plush carpet? Not me. So how would you then kind of showcase that as an able-bodied person? Basically, you just take as many photos. Oh, and this is just a quick sidebar. The photos themselves are all going to be horizontal, just because that's the best way to display them on the website and on your phone and such. So just take as many photos at the center of the room as possible, and just kind of pivot around. You know, slowly, slowly, slowly. And then that'll give everybody kind of a feel for what we're doing and what we're dealing with in terms of the room. So you'll see one of the things I check is if I'm working at the desk, like this is a work conference for me, so can I roll under the desk? I can. It is very snug, but I can in fact do it, so that's going to score really well. Here is a plug right here for my laptop. No fumbling around, nothing like that. I don't have to get on my hands and knees and deal with that, so that's cool. Here's a switch for the light, so you don't have to reach up here, so that's cool. Cordless phone, who uses these anymore? But anyway, it's here if you need it. So yeah, this is very tight, but I can roll under the desk, which is cool. So now we're going to talk approach angle to the bed. So this is really important. If you're able-bodied and you're doing a review, or just anybody really, you want to be cognizant of how much space is between, you know, how much space is there to get into the bed. So like for example, over here we've got the wall, over here we've got this couch. So for me, this I can already tell you is going to be the better point of entry, if you will. Ooh, plush, nice. This is a first take, folks. Haven't done this before. Oh, this is tasty. Oh, well, hello. Yeah, so this actually is really nice. So this to me is the perfect height because I didn't have to, you'll notice when I transferred, and I just kind of lunged, like I'm not real graceful, but whatever. Right, so when I transfer, I don't have to hoist myself up. I can almost just kind of fall in, right? Which is really nice. You feel those triceps firing. So I would bet that this bed is somewhere around 24 inches from the floor. I don't have a tape measure, don't travel with one, but if I did, that'd be my guess. All right, so the next thing we're going to look at the HVAC, heating and air conditioning. Can I reach it? Dun dun dun. Wow, what a mystery. No need for Scooby-Doo here, we've got it covered. All right, so then what we're going to look at are the drapes. So again, you're looking at this, you know, theoretically, hypothetically, as an able-bodied person. If you're me, and at this height, can you pull the drapes? Yes, you can. A lot of movement. There's a wand right here. There we go. Now, I personally think it's easier just to grab those SOBs and give them what for, but, you know, if you can use the wand, make it happen. All right. So now we're going through, and this chair, this is a brand new chair, folks. So I'm not sure how wide it is, but I think it's probably about 23 inches. So that'll kind of give you an idea what we're dealing with here. Now let's just see for fun. This is a hoot, huh? Oh look at this. How about this? I can get in over here. See? I didn't think I was going to be able to, but boom, I'm in like Flint. Oh, this is a little, see, this is something they'll have to deal with though, because you see this plate glass moving all over. Danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, we'll talk to them about that. I'm sure there's an easy fix. Oh, this side's even better. Amazing, amazing. So there again, you know, I didn't have to, I'm not hoisting up. I'm also not super far down. I might not be able to get up. Send help immediately. Just kidding. We're good. All right, so now what we're gonna do, hop right back in. So again, if you're able-bodied and you're doing a review, get down on your hands and knees, you know, take pictures from the perspective of somebody who's in a chair, just from the height standpoint. And there's no such thing as too many photos. All right. So now we're going into the accessible restroom here. You'll notice a little bit of a lip. That's to keep the water out, I'm assuming, from running into the hallway. And so now we're going to spend some time enjoying the world's largest commercial mirror. Good Lord. The magnification on this thing is pretty good. I need to use a facial scrub, but whatever. So one of the things you want to look for when you're doing the bathroom review is, could somebody roll under the sink? Now obviously if you're able-bodied, you're not gonna know what it's like to roll under the sink, but for example, if this wasn't inverted thusly and came out to here, right there, then guess what I wouldn't be able to do? Roll under the sink. As it is, my knees hit, but I'm still able to lean forward, brushing my teeth, doing my thing, pearly whites, not a problem. Over here, come on in, camera guy. This is one of my favorite features in case things, and I'll be serious for just 1 second, in case things go awry. We've got a phone on the wall, which I think is a really big deal. All right, so here I am in my chair. How's this gonna go down? Boom, boom. You know, I'm not gonna give anybody any treats or any shows. You have to pay extra for that. But you know, you see, this is pretty nicely affixed. These are generally useless over here, but again, it's there just for fun. I'm putting every ounce of my weight on this thing, and I'm overweight, and it's holding me up just fine. So that gets a passing grade. So again, if you're Louise or anybody else, and you're able-bodied, you want to take photos of the grab bars and just kind of note where they are in relationship to the toilet, because if they're not placed correctly, you might as well not have any at all. All right, so then we're going to come in here, and this is probably the most important thing, is actually getting a feel for the actual threshold of the shower. Okay, so Now there are some folks who might say that because of this little lip here that this truly isn't a roll-in shower. That's kind of potatoes kind of thing. In my opinion, this is a roll-in shower. It does have a little bit of a lip, but look at that. Ooh. Okay, so now you're gonna see me transfer. All right. Boom. You know what's gonna be a hoot when I'm scrubbing up in the morning? This is gonna be slippery as all get out, but don't worry. A little travel hack for you. Get this bad daddy wet. Boom, we're in it to win it. And, oh, just a tip, water here at the Ritz is really hard, so if you care about your lettuce like I do, conditioner, can't go wrong. So again, if you are my friend Louise or anybody else who's able-bodied who wants to help out, make sure when you take the horizontal photos of the restroom of the bathroom, that you get the threshold in. Because roll-in showers are not people. People are all created equal. Roll-in showers are not. And this one is pretty good. Now it'll be interesting to see how this bad boy drains. But we'll enjoy that adventure. I will enjoy that adventure all alone tomorrow morning. All right. So now we're back. We're unlocking the brakes. Now we notice too that there's a little bit of a rug situation. So we just pop over that. And what I like too is we got the towel bar within reach here, so you'd want to take a photo of that. We've got this handle right here, which is super cool. So I'm very blessed and very fortunate that I can grab this thing. But even if you can't, if you had dexterity challenges, you could just boom. Yeah, I used absolutely nothing, and I was able to pull that toward me, so that's nice. So you'd want to note the type of fixture in the door handle. You'd want to note also where the toilet paper dispensers are located. And now we'll take a look at the door. You want to note where the peephole is. Thankfully, there's nobody out there. Now, take a look at how heavy the door is. So we know that, you know, not everybody has the same upper body strength, right? To me, this door is pretty easy to deal with, right? Here's literally one finger, boom. And again, same deal. I don't know if you're able to get that, Matt, but I'm not even using my fingers, maybe one finger, and I'm able to open and close the door. Light switches. Within reach, lock within reach. One last thing we look at is the closet. Yep, now this is a pretty standard closet. This is a great accessible room, but one thing we don't have here is a closet rod that I can utilize. So we'll very kindly and very gently and very respectfully and very nicely talk to the staff about that. But all in all, I would say this is a fairly accessible room. Now there's one other element to this room that I want Matt to show you, and that's and just in case you think we're staging this, there's the obligatory luggage shot. We're actually here. This is a balcony room. However, I'm lost in the curtains. Where are we going? At some point, we'll open this up. Let's see. There we go. There we go. You'll notice the threshold on the balcony is a little bit tough. I don't know, Matt, if you can get down here and give us a look. But also, you know, you'd want to, you know, anybody doing a review would want to notice this. Now, for me, this is doable, but it's not ideal. So I would say this is probably not something I would do on my own, but if somebody were here with me and I wasn't staying by myself, you know, I might get a little adventurous. Also, you know, disability, you know, having a physical challenge or a disability means different things to different people. So there are some of you in chairs who could pop right over that threshold, no worries. Others of you, you know, fortunately don't use chairs at all and maybe just have canes or crutches or whatever. That's not going to be a problem. Now, it is nice to have a balcony, but just an editorial sidebar. What a view of that solar array. My God, is that stunning. You know, when Matt first told me that, I thought he was kidding. This just in, folks. Matt, if you could get over there. He's not kidding. What a view. Hashtag not really, but whatever. All right, so that's gonna pretty much wrap up the kind of the tutorial on how to do a review. If you're like my new friend Louise, who's able-bodied, wants to help out, but I also hope that this is helpful to our other community members who, like me, navigate the world on wheels, be it a power chair, manual chair, scooter, whatever. Remember, disability means different things to different people. Put another way, different strokes for different folks. So review places, hotels, restaurants, and entertainment venues that work for you. Let us know what works. Help us help you celebrate what works. And if you have any questions for me, you can reach me at brett@brettapproved.com. Or, of course, you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter @brettapproved. Thank you so much for your time. It's been great. I'm going to go grab some dinner and call it a day. Keep rolling.